necessarily, mental adjustment. Just being ready. And when I'm not starting, I kind of see what's going on, how teams are playing. But when you're just out there, you got to be ready from the jump. And felt like I was for the most part. Just trying to run the team at first and just give what they, take what they give me.
It was like watching you last year, where you repeatedly kept attacking the basket and getting there. What was the difference tonight?
The floor was just open. Guys were setting good screens. Twan, Andy, Mardo, those guys. Twan was hitting shots, so they couldn't sink off him. It was just one of those nights where, my teammates was helping out a lot, and leaving the basket wide open for me.
It got very physical out there.
Yeah.
Does that kind of call upon your pride and the rest of the guys in this locker room not to back down?
No, definitely. That's what Coach been preaching, first hit first. And, it was definitely a physical game, but I feel like, we manned up and got a good win.
Your game against Paul tonight, just talk about going up against him, one of the best point guards in the game, if not the best.
It's always a good challenge going against, great point guards. You see them night in and night out in this league. Tonight was no different, than the night before, or the night before that. It was a good win for us, though.
And by saying that, not to rank this win, but it's up there as one of the top this year, would you say?
Yeah, it is the top. It's the one we just won. It's the, all the other ones in the past, and it's a good way to start, start the homestand.
What's it like going up against Mo? You've done it many times in the past, but you guys are very close, and he helped bring you along in this league. Is it still special when you play against him?
Yeah, it's always special. He's a guy that I really respect a lot. Like a guy when I was a rookie, that took me under and made me the player I am today. So, hats off to that guy.
Mike, we talk about the poise you guys showed down the stretch. You had a couple of free throws when needed to. You got the stops when you needed to.
Yeah, the stops was big. They cut the lead down, but we was able to get those stops. And Gil went to the line, hit a big free throw. Zoe, Andy got a big rebound. So it definitely was big, hitting them free throws down the stretch.